This is the new ARIA Global. We're connecting ARIA members to opportunities around the globe.
So a very, very good morning to one and all. So today we are with our new speaker, and let me introduce Richa Khandelwal Bhat ji. Richa Khandelwal Bhat is the CEO of Keshava Productions Private Limited and Managing Director of Narayana's ArtNirbhar Bharat Foundation. Richa's productions for television and films have won international awards, prime time slots, and emotional reactions from viewers across the globe. Her production company has recently been empanelled at the National Films Development Corporation and is now set to create groundbreaking entertainment content from India for the world market. In her 7 years of working in India, she has worked with clients like Decathlon, ITC, Walmart, Asia Paints, Government of Karnataka, Manipal Global, and Indian Air Force, to name a few. She was awarded the Professional Achiever of the Year in 2018 by eMERG. She was also among the 40 women entrepreneurs shortlisted by Walmart for the prestigious WEDP graduation in 2019. Her screenplay for the short film Spiritual of Silence has won several international awards for Best Screenplay in 2018. While in New York, she produced SCCC Present Masterminds, Huge Shows, and Talk Show, Impact and Trade, like on famous Broadway shows for Procotus, in Teddy, New York. Richa won our documentary film Canada Curry, won the Special Jury Award at TV Culture Stars Award in Ontario, Canada in 2008. Her first short film, Atma, won the Best Documentary Award at Millbrook International Film Festival in 2007. For 3 years before moving to North America, Richa worked as a television reporter and news anchor for Sahara Samay News Channel, India. She also worked as a freelancer reporter for the Hindustan Times, India leading national daily. In her 2 years in the Toronto neighborhood, she wrote a column for the Peterborough Examiner and also worked on a number of independent film projects with local filmmakers. Richa has completed certificate course in feature films writing at University of California in Los Angeles and creative writing and trained in University Canada. And after all these achievements, she is in now India working for the development of India and especially the rural part of the India. So Richa ji, stage is yours. You can now start.
Thank you very much. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm pretty sure that to join on a Sunday morning for a session, it takes a lot. So thank you for making the effort. I request everyone to please turn on your camera so that we can see you and it can be a better interaction. But if you want to keep it off, I understand. First of all, thank you so much, IFBIC and Amrish Singh ji, for organizing this and for giving me this platform. And before I continue, I just want to make sure my voice is loud and clear. Yeah? Okay, great.
Yes, all clear.
Okay, great. So this is a very critical subject, actually, So Amrish ji asked me, what subject would you like to talk on? Because I speak on a multitude of subjects. I run 2 companies which are in entertainment. One is primarily working in the urban parts of the country, and the other is primarily in the rural parts of the country.
So this is the possibility.
Sorry?
I think this is the possibilities about, career in media and entertainment in rural part of India.
Right.
So you can talk on both the things because both are equally important.
Right. So I actually felt that, the best thing to do right now, and since Amrish ji is in Lucknow and we had a very fruitful meeting when I was in Lucknow last time, we talked about what can we do together, because it takes a lot of people to actually, create a community, to create the future of a generation. It cannot be done by me alone or any one of us alone. We have to join hands. And the truth is, I see a lot of international participants here. I would like to extend this thought to not just rural parts of India, but rural parts of anywhere in the world. In fact, when I was in Canada, I used to work in this beautiful arts town called Peterborough, which was about 2.5 hours from Toronto. So for me, being in Peterborough, which was a really, really small Irish community, to survive there as a journalist turned into an artist was the most interesting journey. Had it not been for how artistically entrepreneurial Peterborough was, I don't think I would be sitting here and talking to all of you or making anything happen for my country or working for my country. Had it not been for this beautiful arts town, which was actually inhabited by by people from mainly Ireland and also from other parts of Toronto and other parts of Canada, and from all nationalities, from all ethnic backgrounds. People used to come together, hang out together, and then make art, music, dance, and they used to do theater projects. We had this beautiful organization called Peterborough Arts Umbrella, and for a short time, I was the secretary of that before I left for India. So it was really fantastic, and I'm still in touch with those people. And I remember how, from being a very rigid, career-oriented journalist working in television industry in Delhi, I turned into being artistic, and I turned into being a little flexible about how I can utilize my current skills and become entrepreneurial and create work not only for myself but for the rest of the people who approach me and who I can really help. I'm very happy to tell you this very small story. So I was a very a promising journalist in Delhi. I used to work for Sahara Samay News Channel. So when I used to go out, I was also a news anchor. So as you know, like we news anchors tend to get popular quickly. So I used to go out and people used to come and take my autographs. After that, I got married and I went to Canada, and I was in this really small apartment with my husband. We were happy, but I didn't have a career. I had sent my resumes to so many people, but nobody responded. To so many companies in Toronto, in Peterborough neighborhood, everywhere possible, I sent my resume. I would just keep refreshing my email, but the email wouldn't come through as a reply to my request for even an interview. So it was very shocking for me, and it was also a time when I realized that, you know what, if nobody is going to open a door for me, I'm going to create a door for myself and also for other people. And I'm happy to share with you that even during COVID, my two companies have given work to almost 170 to 200 people around the country, from Uttarakhand to Tamil Nadu. We have been creating so much work for people, paid work and freelance work, sometimes full-time work, part-time work, whatever. It is work that is paid for, and I'm very proud of it. So with that experience, and with the fact that today we have extended opportunities to work in places like, to start with, even Lucknow, Uttarakhand, in a place as remote as Badrinath. Anyone who knows me knows I work in Badrinath. In Uttarakhand, it's at Indo-Tibet border. And for the rural people there, we have generated income from a 700 rupees poster. We created 4 lakh rupees, 400,000 rupees worth of income for the rural people, when there was even the chief minister was not stable there. Who would care for a small village with really like a very poor village, actually? It's called Bamni. It's on the sides of Badrinath. So there, through the entertainment entrepreneurship, we created work. Amresh often talks about bringing industry to the areas, to the cities and to the smaller cities, bring industry there. And I want to bring the entertainment industry there. Really, Amresh, we should join hands and bring entertainment industry to our rural areas, to our smaller towns and cities, because that's the answer. If you see in Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi, the people who are the best achievers come from smaller cities and villages, smaller towns. You just see the number of, make a graph and see the number of highest achievers, how many of them are actually born and brought up in the bigger cities, and how many of them actually come from smaller cities. You will come to know that the best achievers, the most talented people, the people with fire in them, people who can be role models, they all come from smaller towns and cities, because they have the right attitudes, they have the right upbringing, they have the right thought process, they have the right culture in them, which we need to actually learn from. So when I go to Uttarakhand to work in Badrinath, I actually go there with a mind to learn from them more than they would learn from me. I go there as a student. And I'm telling you, if we are humble and if we are open-minded about exchange, then I have to say that the rural artists, rural entertainment professionals are far more dedicated, reliable, professional than I have even seen in the cities. I'm a producer director, and I can tell you the kind of fire they carry, the kind of commitment they carry, it's exemplary. So therefore, with that confidence of having worked with rural people in places like Uttarakhand, as I said, then Lucknow, and now the next project is starting in Andhra Pradesh. Very soon we will be starting our operations in Gujarat. With all these things, I can tell you from my experience that we can create a parallel entertainment industry in rural India. Rural India and smaller towns and cities. And Manishji is here. Manishji, Amreshji, you're all people who are very, very well connected. And I want to say to you that take this not just as a session in the morning on a Sunday, but please take the ideas that I'm giving today and take them to some level so that we can actually in our lifetimes create some serious opportunities and make some change in the entertainment business. Now, if I'm just going to share a presentation with you here, give me a second. So this is going to talk to you about what we are doing in Narayana's ArtNirbhar Bharat Foundation. And I'm going to share my screen here. So do let me know if you're able to see it. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, is it good? All right. So this is Narayana's ArtNirbhar Bharat Foundation, and ArtNirbhar, the whole idea of ArtNirbhar. So what is ArtNirbhar? Does anybody want to pitch in? Do you understand the meaning of ArtNirbhar? Could anyone pitch in? What could be ArtNirbhar? Yeah, please go ahead. You're on mute, sir. I can't hear you.
Cannot hear you.
Self-reliant.
Am I audible?
Now you're audible. Yes.
Yeah, it's dependent upon the art.
Yes, financially dependent on the art. So Modi ji coined this beautiful word called Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is actually added into the dictionaries. And one day I was just sitting and thinking, I was discussing with my other in Narayana. He's heading the business in Latin America in IBM in Brazil. And she and I were discussing what is it that we are doing at a bigger level? What is it that we are attempting here? And I put a lot of words on the wall. I write on the wall, with paper. I mean, not on the wall, but I stuck paper on the wall with words that were coming to my mind. And these words were financial self-reliance, creating the economy, rural economy, artistic, opportunities, work, paid work, and things like that. So then art, and then dependent on art. So art and nirbhar on art, so ArtNirbhar. That's how it came, and it's becoming a fad. We're actually trademarking this word. But why ArtNirbhar is so important is because with ArtNirbhar Bharat, you can actually tap into the skill set, the passion, the experience, and the legacy of artists from rural India. So you all know that India has been a country that has had poetry, we've had theater, we've had dance, music. So are all of you aware of any of the art forms, performing art forms from rural India? Would you like to participate, please? Could you name any dance forms, any art forms, any music forms? Anyone?
Yeah, in Bihar we have Damkach.
Damkach, okay.
Yeah.
In Gujarat, we are having Garba.
Garba, yes, you have Garba. Garba has made it to the international platform, but Damkach I am yet to know more about. Anyone else would like to also contribute to this discussion? What kind of art forms, theater, performing arts I'm talking about, are available in rural India? Have you heard of in rural India? For example, I'm in Karnataka here, so we have Yakshagana, right? We have Yakshagana, we have Kathak as an art form, we have we have Sufi music also, which has become part of Indian culture. We also have,
excuse me, we have Kshatriya dance, then Bhauna in Assam.
oh,
and
nice.
It's a part of those artistic drama forms in from the epic, or from all the epics we have drama forms which is represented in dance and drama. Same in Manipur, you will have all those Rash Leela and all. So they call it Thangta as well. Thangta is the art form of both the martial arts as well as the love of Krishna that is shown. And that is Bhauna is a complete artistic form which have been still practiced throughout Assam.
Mhm.
And it's like, so is the Kshatriya Nritya.
That's
That's
amazing.
what we
Pallavi, you
have.
want to turn on your video for 1 minute so that we can say hi to you?
Yeah, see, I'm not in a very presentable state.
So whenever you are, you can turn it on. That's all.
Yeah.
But this is amazing input. I really want to thank you for this, because not only have you contributed to the discussion right now, but you've also given me great lead to how we can work in the northeastern states. This is amazing. So I want to give this example. Mr. Ram from my one of my business networks, he actually reached out to me. He's an entrepreneur in Bangalore. He's from this really small rural area from from this place called. I'll just read out to you. And Amreshji, one of my friends from Badrinath is trying to join. Anshuman Bandari, could you approve his registration so that he could join in? I wanted him to contribute to the discussion. So Koya tribe from Andhra and Telangana forest areas. Okay, so this Koya tribe is such a tribe that dances on Shani songs. There are Shani god, In India, you know that we have so many interpretations of God. So there are demigods and there are all kinds of personifications of God. And so Shani is a form of God, and this Koya tribe dances to that music, and they have a specific costume, they dance and so on. But earlier they used to be a lot in demand. They used to have enough work. Now, out of probably I don't know, if they were 100 people doing it, they probably are now only 7 to 10 people left. So not only are the artists struggling, but also the art form is endangered. Have you heard of any such examples in India or anywhere in the world where, because of this advent of extremely commercial music or commercial art forms available, or this advent of relying on this mobile phone to live our lives, our entertainment lives, the actual performing arts of that area has suffered? Have you heard of such an example? Could you please share it?
Yeah, it has been in many parts of Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. Could you tell me more
Yeah.
about it? Like which specific art form are you talking about?
I can say that even we have lost the beauty of paintings in Madhubani. We have lost the Bhanga painting. We have lost almost all of the traditional dances in UP and Bihar. Even you don't know Damkach. Damkach was a very popular, dance in India, and it was more like a kusti and exercise more than a dance, and it was one of the most typical dance of the world. So you need to be very strong to perform that dance. So Malkham was there, weightlifting was there. So you have to perform the dancing just like becoming an Olympic player. But yeah, it was very complicated dance. Now it has been totally lost into no one, even Bihari people don't know about it.
Oh, that's very sad. That's actually very sad. And that's a
Just
reality. I mean, in today's scenario, that's a reality, because I'm sorry, I've not heard of it, and I would like to know more about it. I would really like to know more about it. And I have to say that, for example, Ram Leela Ram Leela happens at a very commercial level in Delhi and other places. That's why we know about Ram Leela. Had it not come to Delhi at such a big level, we probably wouldn't know that Ram Leela exists in smaller towns and villages, like how Pallavi said, it's happening in eastern part of India, eastern states. How beautifully they do it, how authentically they do it, how originally they do it. I will share with you an experience of how we employed Ram Leela artists to create business based on, because Ram Leela artists were able to do advertising with a lot of guts and a lot of confidence, because they have the idea and experience of facing the audience. I'll talk about that, but Mayur is raising his hands. Mayur, please go ahead, and if you can, please turn on your camera. We don't worry about how you look. I mean, even if you're in your bed, just turn on your camera and talk to us.
I'll surely do it a bit later, but I just wanted to put forward there is a folk drama in Goa called Theatre, and it's normally a stage drama which is held in villages along with live music. So the entire music people sit and play music. But
Yes,
that's
so
a
like, no,
bit of a dying form
no.
because
Pallavi, could you mute yourself, please? Yeah, go ahead, please. Mayur, please go ahead.
yeah. So this form of folk drama is called as theatre, and that's a drama which is held in villages along with the live music. So 4 5 people sit across the stage and they play a live music according to the performance. And this is a dying form actually because no theaters or no proper facilities are available for that.
Okay. So imagine that, like we already came to know of at least 3 forms today, which are completely like, which are being forgotten. And what is the value of that, Okay, let me just thank you, Mayur. That was fantastic input. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I encourage everyone to please participate. This is not a lecture series. This is a discussion. This is a discussion for our country. We need to all participate. So are you able to see my screen about the history of music and dance in India? Yeah. So if you look at how in India, we've always had art forms. If Indian culture is being talked about, how can we not talk about music, dance, theater, even handicrafts that go into making the set design, the props and the costumes, the makeup. We can't talk about Indian culture without Indian traditional art forms. And these can be used, or used, not use is not the right word. These can be the seeds that can be sown in the right way to create work in specific business lines that can employ thousands and thousands and thousands of people. If you have one theater performance, let's say you have a 2-hour Ram Leela performance, can you give me an example of what are the different kinds of professionals that get work through that? Who are the people who may be getting work if there is a 2-hour theatrical performance of a Ram Leela happening at a rural stage? How many people will be getting work? Sorry, Amresh, your mic is going off.
The makeup artists, the musicians.
Yeah, correct. Molly, would you like to contribute to that discussion? Like how many people may be getting work when
I'd say at least a minimum of 10, because it is as a group, as well as those who are behind the scene that we don't see up front.
one of the beauties of India is that we are a lot of people here, and I don't think 10 people would even like in one department you could say 10 people. So there may be a minimum of 100 people. A minimum of 100 people get work. So these are people who are, thank you, Molly, for that contribution. And Amreshji. So there are people, so let me just segregate it now. And I'll come to this next thought process. We have different, different kinds of industries that spring from the entertainment industry. For example, I'll tell you about how I came to know about this was because we have artists who are performers. So we used to get calls during COVID times. We used to get calls from artists saying that we are doing work as Manrega workers. Manrega means construction workers, lifting boulders, lifting rocks on the roads, making roads. Singers working as Manrega workers. There were technicians who were begging on the road. There were people who were dancers who were eating 1.5 meals a day. They were not even able to afford 2 meals a day. These are the kind of stuff. One guy turned into a vegetable seller in Lucknow, in the neighborhood of Lucknow, Kathak dancer. So these are the different scenarios that we have seen, which kind of encouraged us and motivated us to build a very strong platform where we can enable people, more and more people, especially in rural areas, to learn the arts and earn from the arts, whatever their art form. Chanpatna toys, I mean, it's not related to the entertainment business, but Chanpatna toys, if you go to Chanpatna here in near Bangalore, you would see that there are 90-year-old grandfathers sitting and making Chanpatna toys and alone. They don't have any takers for the next generation. Nobody wants to do it any further. So what do we do as government, as corporate, as entrepreneurial community, what is it that we can do? And I would like, I mean, you can see my screen here. You can sponsor people. You can encourage them through different, projects. You can enable government to know about this and get some support so that we can do bigger productions. As you just said, Molly, in one theater production, 100 people get work, paid work. So why can't we deviate some of the funds there? When I have to make one movie here in Bangalore, 5 crore is easily a budget that we can have access to. It's no big deal. What does a 5 crore budget going into a rural economy mean? Amreshi, can you put some light on this? What would it mean if we have that, forget 5 crore, you have 50 lakhs being sent to a rural area so that artists can perform, they can do a theater, they can prepare, they can rehearse, they can make music, they can sing, they can dance, they can, somebody can put the stage, somebody can make the set, carpenters can get work. What would it mean if we could do this on a regular basis, and how can we do it?
Richa ji, this is the same thing I and Molly we are discussing yesterday, because we are working on the same project, and I was telling Molly that this is not the time to raise $2 million or $3 million. This is the time to raise $2,000 million, $3,000 million for our project. And we were making the strategy that how film industry has, duped the talent in India. So instead of investing a handsome amount on one actor or two actors, if we can give opportunity to the neophytes, if we can give opportunity to the rookies, and we can take subject very seriously, I think miracles can be done in India. And there is a huge gap between, 5% of people and 95% of people. That can be shortened if we concentrate on subject and we bring a, platform that will have the different concept than the, the existing concept we are having in India. Either it is Netflix, either it is Amazon, Hotstar, anything. They are only available for the entertainment. So we are coming out with this concept most probably in the month of December. And we have already raised a seed funding in that. So I and Molly is partnering that company. And we will discuss on that. I think you can play an important role in that. And
I would love
the
to.
way we are looking into it, it might be a revolutionary project, especially for the education and the film industry.
Okay. Amreshi, thank you so much for that. And I am very open to all kinds of collaboration, which is why I've joined IFBIC. So my friend Anshuman Bandari is trying to join from Badrinath. Have you have you approved his registration?
I have sent you his link on WhatsApp. You can forward him. He can join.
Okay, sure. So just give me 1 second. So I'm going to share my screen here. I want to bring to your notice this one very disturbing fact. I mean, sorry for bringing this up on a Sunday morning, but this is something we need to address. Just read this headline. Just read this headline. This is the reality. The only opportunity right now available to rural people in the entertainment industry is reality shows, right? The singing competitions and dancing competitions and all kinds of competitions. Do you know that every year, there are so many people who participate, because that's the only dream the entertainment industry has been able to offer. The typical entertainment industry from cities has been able to offer to the rural people. And although this is more like on the world stage, but I'm telling you, this is the fact in India as well. If you just Google this, suicide reality shows, you will get the figures. How many people, how many contestants either go into depression, ruin their lives, get totally off track, have no idea what to do after the reality show is over, and they get rejected or they fail, or because not everybody can win you. How many people win in a reality show? Their stories are presented on television like a sob story. Oh, bichara, poor guy, look at him. Oh, so sad. Then everybody, the winners will cry about it. Oh, he's so sad, he's so poor, he's so destitute. Their stories are made fun of. They are made fun of. They are made a joke out of. And after they go back with the stigma of having failed at such a big platform. That's the only platform available. Or if you're an entertainment professional, you leave your town or your village, come to the city, And that's what you do, like everyone else. Why can't we create? I'll just stop this. So I'm just saying that reality shows are passe. We need to have strict objection to the objectification and the commercialization of our folk talent. This is a legacy. These people who come to these stages to perform, they are people who carry legacy of their ancestors. They're all performers with a lot of history and background. And, they need to be cherished. They need to be treated like how you would treat a small, beautiful plant in your garden. They need to be protected. They need to be preserved. They do not need to be commercialized and completely like brazenly, for a few minutes of entertainment, be exploited in this manner, because this can be very dangerous for them. So I'll just stop this particular very disturbing discussion. But I want to share with you what we are doing at Narayana's is something very innovative, because we are all a bunch of filmmakers and innovative and creative people. So what we are doing here is this. So we are identifying entertainment professionals from all over the country who are really like authentic. And wherever they are, we are trying to bring the funds to them. We are trying to get the stage to them, rather than dragging them to the cities. And even if they come to the cities, they come, perform, go back. The idea is not to have them come here. So let's say that at a corporate event right now,
We lost you.
we are really urging corporates to artists to an idea perform. Does anyone want to contribute? Sudhirji, do you want to contribute to that discussion?
Richa ji, we are losing continuously.
Anyone wants to contribute to that discussion, please?
Actually, we lost you in between for 5 minutes.
Yeah, am I audible? I am Divakar.
That of wanting to create specific opportunities in rural areas. We've actually that I had before I go back to discussing earlier, that I have to create in a specific or a performing artist.
We lost her for a bit.
Hear me now? Yeah, are
Yes.
you able to hear me now? I'm sorry, why?
I think it's better to
So,
keep
again,
the video off
I
for some time.
want-
Sorry, it's better to keep the video
Just
off for some time. We are losing you.
Okay. Able to hear me now clearly? Guys, are you able to hear? Amrish, are you able
Yes,
to hear
yes.
me?
Yes, we
Okay,
can
I'll
hear you.
continue then. If this happens again, I'll join from my phone. So talking about this, does anyone want to contribute to the discussion of how can you, in your specific company or network or your circle, everyone has a social and business circle, right? How can you create any opportunities for a rural performing team in your network? Let me start with Amreshji. Amreshji, artist from Bihar, artist from the remotest part you can imagine in Uttar Pradesh. How can you create paid work for them? I have the answer. I want you to tell me.
Yeah, actually, we need to create an environment. We need to create a platform, and we need to create an ambience where we can give opportunity to the neophytes. talking is very easy, but creating is extremely tough. So we just need to create a platform first. And once we can create the platform, we can come out with the result. So I think Molly want to say something, and even Divakar sir want to contribute. So Molly, if you can carry forward.
Yes, I wanted to just share an example of my country, Cambodia. We have dances just like India. We have everything the same. So for us, every time we have a meeting, it doesn't have to be a wedding or anything, even just a party for the family, the dances, the cultural dances always takes place first, because it shows and it reminds everyone that this is your culture, this is your tradition, and this is what you are brought up to enjoy and to also pass down to the next generation. So in Cambodia, it's very important. Every time we have a meeting, we have music, traditional percussions or traditional drums, equipment, as well as dances. So those are the things that we always have at the beginning of anything that happens, even at a corporate event in Cambodia.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Molly, for that. And I think that's what we need to kind of address it in that way, because if you go to those realities that they also need to be a little realistic about it. But before I go further, is there anyone else who wants to contribute to this discussion? Divakarji, you had unmuted yourself.
Yeah.
You want to say anything?
Yeah, Richa.
You want to turn on your camera? Hi, kid. You want to turn on your camera for a minute?
No, I have some bandwidth issue. I will be on picture. I am from Hyderabad, deep south, and Hyderabad and Andhra Pradesh means it was a united state of Andhra Pradesh. We are rich in these kind of art forms, artisans, and there are a lot of creativities around. And not only south, it's entire India. We have surplus talent. That's what I was typing. So what exactly is technology is something which is very, very effectively can be used to create a marketplace. I am coming from a sales background, so I always believe in jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. So you have to create the samples of these artisans and all the corporate events. We do a lot of events. In all the corporate events, first 15-20 minutes, there should be the performance opportunity to be given to these rural artists, so that it will be exposed and it is going to be well connected, and it will set the entire kind of platform ready for your corporate conversation. So mostly what happens, our event industry, they just jumpstart with the conversations, but ensure that entire Indian corporate industry gets into a mandatory for 15 minutes to give opportunity to these rural artisans, and we give options. We create a marketplace, we give their videos, and they have to pick and choose and select, and they should perform, and they can select from the regional wise and other thing. This is one which I just was thinking while you're. It's a great topic, and it's going to transform in terms of a lot of ArtNirbhar. Amazing word you come out with. It's kind like we are, I think, dependent on that, and it brings a lot of kind of a enthusiasm in the people when the rural folk, the kind of arts we have, art forms we have, it will generate a lot of positivity. So it's a great topic, and this is one idea which I feel like, ensure that all the large corporate, political, any events, ensure that 15 minutes slot has to be given. This has to be done as a rule. This is what my input, and thank you so much for this topic, Richa ji.
Thank you so much, Divakarji. This is fantastic. I think you've given us a great idea, and I think Amreshji, I think the synergies are just happening. I think this is not just a Sunday morning event. I'm telling you, this is going to be a historic meeting, and I think we are all. I'm not the only speaker. I think here we are all brainstorming and creating something which will last for generations to come. So let's take this very, very seriously forward. I think it's a brilliant idea. To ask for 15 minutes is nothing. And Amreshji, you are sitting in Lucknow, in the powerhouse of the country. We have to start with Lucknow. We have to have, from the rural, remotest areas, these people getting the stage would be the first thing. And I think another thought I just want to quickly share is that there are rural handicrafts, which are, a lot of them are geographical indicators of India, GI. There is thousands and thousands of crores of budget available in the government for promoting geographical indicators, like, if you have, let's say, Dharwad Peda, or you have Mysore silk, or you have, Kolhapuri chappal or whatever. So there are these really interesting products that are made in the rural areas, which are defining that location. So instead of, Divakarji, correct me if I'm wrong, instead of giving diaries and mugs and bags and all those things, which are probably often made in China, can we not give as Diwali gifts and as corporate New Year gifts these GI products? Why should we not do that? And I mean, we are all connected to so many businesses. Let's encourage our friends to gift rural products as gifts for their clients, for their workers, and so on. And another thing, I just want to quickly share here. Are you able to see my screen here? You guys are able to see my screen here in the tough top weather? Amreshi? I can't hear you. Okay, I'll share again. Sorry. So here it is, so I'll just very, very quickly share my journey because the time is running out. It's already 9:15. Can't believe this discussion should go on for a longer time. We'd have a sit-down meeting in Lucknow or in Bangalore. See, here it is. So this is how it started. Okay, so Narayana's right now, my organization, ArtNirbhar Bharat, is now a Section 8 social enterprise and everything. We have registered and we are applying for ATG and all that. So, but before that, what is the thought process? You need to know this. So I used to go to Badrinath. I actually left New York and my green card, I made my family leave their green card and everything, because we wanted to come back to India and I wanted to go to Himalayas. I wanted to sit by the Ganga. I want to go to Badrinath. I wanted to be in the spiritual life that India offers, and nobody, no other culture or no other country I could connect to. I could not connect to, because I am from this really rooted joint family in Delhi. We are actually Rajasthanis, but I had a strong connect with Uttarakhand. And in Badrinath, I'll tell you this, in Himalayas, when I was traveling to Badrinath, I realized that there are so many hundreds of thousands of young boys and girls who have no work at all. And they go to the other cities to work. So can you imagine there are 1,700 ghost villages in Uttarakhand? What is a ghost village? A ghost village is a village that nobody lives in. You only hear sounds of wind and ghosts, if you believe, in those villages. Nobody lives there. Why? Because the elderly people have died. The younger people don't want to live there. There's nothing to do. They go to the cities. They go drive Ola cabs. They work as restaurant waiters. So in Badrinath, I realized there are hundreds. So this is during one of our trips to Badrinath, we realized that there are hundreds and thousands of boys who can do excellent photography. Some of them can sing. Some of them can perform. Look at all these people. So this is during my trips to Badrinath. So I made friends with them. I lived in their homes. I made them their team. Right now, there is a very bad network in Badrinath. Otherwise, you would have had 5 people from Badrinath join right now. We are creating stars from Badrinath. This guy you see here in the middle with the guitar here, he's sitting on the rock at the picture in the bottom, middle bottom. He's Vipul Mehta. He is our lead singer in Narayana's ArtNirbhar Bharat Foundation. We have our own music label now called Narayana's Bharat Music. And he's the lead singer of that. He's a beautiful singer. If you hear him, you'll be in tears. What a soulful singer. He sings Bollywood, he sings bhajans, he sings folk music. He's the lead singer at the Badrinath temple also. Do you know what is his annual income? He has a family, he has a kid and everything. Can you imagine what could be his annual income? Can anyone please give me a range quickly? Make a guess. Amreshi?
Yes, you have informed me about him. I think, if I'm not wrong, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Please give me the number.
I think it was around 3,200 or 5,000 rupees per month, right?
So it is 42,000 rupees per annum. That is how much he earns.
Yeah.
And he has the caliber of becoming a big star. And he's aging without opportunities. I'm going to be in tears if I talk longer about it. So I'm going to change the subject. This fellow here, you see this guy here in the picture below with us standing here, he's grinning. He is a b-boyer, he's a dancer, he's a guitarist, he's an excellent photographer. And he's working in some mithai ki dukan in Ghaziabad, selling as he's a cashier. As soon as he sits at the Lakshmi Mandir at the temple, his family is a family of Purohits. And you know, the money he collected, he used to go there at 3 a.m., sit there till 11 p.m. till the temple closes. Whatever money he collected, you know what he did with that money? He got a tattoo of Narayana's Bharat here, because it gives him opportunity as an artist. But he's right now, I'm not able to create work because I don't have enough support. I need support, please. I'm just having an artist call me from Badrinath. Just 1 minute. Amisha, can you join this Zoom call? आप ये Zoom call join कर सकते हैं? I've sent you the link quickly. Please join. Thank you. So Amisha, who just called me, she's an artist. She's a guitarist. She's a model. She's an actress. She's a writer. She's a poet. She's a singer. I'll share with you guys the song that she sung. No training, no money to train. And you know, she's working so beautifully. She's the one who helped us create this beautiful campaign and created work for hundreds of people in the village last year during COVID. So talented. And you know where she was working before us? She was working at a mobile shop selling mobile phones for 5,000 rupees a month. Can we not do something? Can we not pay her 5,500 and have her be an artist?
This is the vitriolic truth of India. Not only India, this is the vitriolic truth of the world.
May I?
Anshuman Bhandari has joined us from Badrinath. Anshumanji, are you there? Can you hear us? Anshuman? If you're here and you can hear us, can you please... oh, hi, Anshuman. He's just connecting to the audio. So I'll just introduce Anshuman Bhandari when his audio is connected. It's really bad network there, but he's joined in. He's the owner of a very big hotel there. Anshuman, hi, good morning. Jai Badri Vishal. आप म्यूट पे हैं अंशुमन, प्लीज अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर लीजिए. Everyone, please listen to Anshuman Bhandari. He's a very dear friend of mine, and he's joining from Badrinath at a last minute request. Anshuman, good morning. Jai Badri Vishal.
जय बद्री विशाल. रिचा जी
कैसे हैं आप? Good morning. Thank you for joining. ये यहाँ पर मैं बढ़िया हूँ. देश विदेश से लोग ज्वाइन किए हैं यहाँ पे. अमरीश जी ने बहुत ही ब्यूटीफुल प्लेटफॉर्म हमारे लिए क्रिएट किया लखनऊ से. अमरीश जी.
जय बद्री विशाल.
जय बद्री विशाल.
जय बद्री विशाल सर. जय बद्री विशाल.
अच्छा, अंशुमन भंडारी बहुत एक बड़ा होटल है, अमृतारा दी अवध, उसके ओनर हैं. ये बहुत ही यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर है, बहुत ही हम्बल है, लेकिन इन्होंने एक 3 स्टार होटल क्रिएट करके दिखा दिया है बद्रीनाथ जैसी जगह में. मैं अंशुमन भंडारी हमारे सबसे पुराने कोलैबोरेटर्स में से एक हैं. नारायण भारत को बनाने में और शेप देने में इनका बहुत बड़ा योगदान है. ये हमारी टीम के फाउंडर मेंबर्स में से हैं. मैं चाहूंगी कि अंशुमन भंडारी अपने होटल में, हमने थोड़े दिन पहले जब मैं बद्रीनाथ गई थी, हमने एक इवेंट किया था विपुल मेहता जी के साथ, और उसके बारे में बताइए अंशुमन. और ये भी बताइए कि अगर हम गांव में जो आर्टिस्ट है उनके लिए कैसे हम अपॉर्चुनिटीज क्रिएट कर सकते हैं कि वो कमा सके. अंशुमन भंडारी प्लीज.
Richa ji, if you can please, Anshuman ji, 1 minute. Richa ji, if you can please translate into English, it will be good for foreign members.
Okay, so the question that I asked Anshuman Bhandari was, he owns a 3-star hotel in Badrinath, which is the biggest hotel in Badrinath, which is a very, very remote rural area, as I had mentioned earlier. So he is one of the biggest entrepreneurs in the area, and he has taken the initiative to host one of our rural artists, Vipul Mehta, who I was just talking about. He actually had Vipul Mehta come and perform in his hotel at an evening, and I wanted him to share the experience and what are the possibilities, what is the potential of having artists like Vipul Mehta from the rural parts perform in commercial properties so that they can earn a living. Anshuman.
जी, मैं ये 5 साल से मेरा प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा था बद्रीनाथ धाम में होटल बनाने का. तो वहाँ पे लगभग 100 से 150 होटल्स हैं. तो मुझे ये था कि हम किस तरीके से अलग कर सकते हैं. रिचा जी से मिलके हम बहुत पहले से हम यहाँ पे काम करते थे गांव वालों के लिए, उनके रोजगार के लिए बहुत सारे हमने काम किए हैं रिचा जी और हमने मिलके. अब आप लोगों को रिचा जी ने शायद बताया नहीं होगा, एक बहुत बड़ा इवेंट हुआ था बद्रीश महोत्सव. वो जो केशव प्रोडक्शन है रिचा जी का, हम ही ने उसको होस्ट किया था, मैंने होस्ट किया था उसको बद्रीनाथ में। तो होटल का हमारा ये था कि गेस्ट सिर्फ आए नहीं, हम अतिथि देवो भव की भावना से उसे वहां पे काम करें। और हिंदुओं के सबसे बड़े धाम में अगर हमारा होटल है तो गेस्ट के लिए ना थोड़ा सा डिवाइन माहौल बनाया जाए। तो हमारे होटल में शुरुआत होती है, जैसे गेस्ट आते हैं तो टीका लगा के आरती उतार के उनका पहले हम स्वागत करते हैं। उनको वेलकम ड्रिंक में हम बुरांस का जूस वगैरह देते हैं। फिर शाम के टाइम पे एक भजन संध्या करते हैं। एक गेस्ट ने बोला भी कि आप जैसे माइक वगैरह लेके आए, हमको लगा कि बाकी होटलों की तरह आप बॉलीवुड सॉन्ग लगाएंगे, लेकिन आपने तो पूरा माहौल ही चेंज कर दिया। तो हमने कहा कि माहौल को थोड़ा सा डिवाइन एंड स्पिरिचुअल बनाना चाहिए, कि जिस तरह से गेस्ट को जिस भावना से लेके आता है वो उसकी मेंटेन रहे वहां पे भगवान नारायण की भूमि में। और जैसे ऋचा जी ने बताया कि आगे क्या कर सकते हैं, तो एक्चुअली में यहाँ पे जो आर्टिस्ट है ना, उनमें मेन वो मतलब वो फाइनेंशियली रूप से इतने स्टेबल नहीं है, उनकी फैमिली भी इतनी स्टेबल नहीं है। तो ऐसे ही छोटे मोटे शो वगैरह वो करते रहते हैं, उनको एक प्लेटफॉर्म की जरूरत है। अभी ऋचा जी ने देहरादून में अपने उससे सोर्सेस से एक रिकॉर्डिंग वगैरह करवाई थी वो गाना। और थोड़ा सा अगर उनको आर्थिक सब मतलब, मुझे ऐसा लगता है, मैं विपुल मेहता जी से बहुत मिलता हूँ, बाकी आर्टिस्ट से मिलता हूँ, लास्ट में करना तो बहुत कुछ चाहते हैं, लेकिन फैमिली की कंडीशंस, उनकी इकोनॉमिकल कंडीशन को देख के कहीं ना कहीं उनके पैर डगमग भी। अभी जैसे विपुल मेहता जी ने वहां पे किया, तो मैं भी उनको अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ। ऋचा जी तो हमेशा सपोर्ट करती है, ऋचा जी।
Okay, thank you so much, Anshuman bhai. This was amazing because actually, he's an entrepreneur. जिसने actually करके दिखा दिया. He actually got the rural artists to come and perform there. He opened that stage, and it was a very big risk for him because it was all of a sudden we didn't have a proper speaker also. We didn't have a proper stage, nothing. He just opened his hotel, and there was really high-end customers there, and he just opened the stage. And for 1.5 hours, the performance was so soulful, and people loved it. Thank you, Anshuman bhai, for that. And I just want to quickly share with you. I have about 4 minutes, right, Amresh ji? So Amresh ji, one thing you have to do, Amresh ji, for us is please connect us to the network in Lucknow, because you guys are so powerful and so well connected. You have to do something about it now after this meeting. So this is where we all, we all kind of worked. You can see Anshuman Bhandari right here in the pictures. He's there with us throughout. He was always there, and he's still there. You're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Richa ji, I would like to connect on this slide again. I'm just working on my own brand for music, and I'll connect with you on this slide probably after your presentation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mayurji. I would look forward to that. I would really look forward to that. That's what this whole idea of this kind of meetings is, right? We need to have some action be happening. Although there's no direct marketing or pitching I'm doing here, or there's no requirement for a call to action, but we have to work towards it. And I'm telling you, we are all getting, I didn't have white hair. I'm getting white hair. We are all getting older, but we need to do this in our lifetimes. We need to do this. And I give this out as a call for urgent action, because the minute we start, there's so much to do. It will take our lifetimes to make a serious change in the way things are happening. Young boys and girls in cities, if you watched a movie called Udta Punjab, you will know what a drug problem, what a serious drug problem our youth are in. Anshuman Bhandari is one of the few young boys, Anshuman Bhandari, Vipul Mehta, Bhumesh Pawar, these are few people who are on the right track. But in Badrinath also, because there's lack of enough opportunities to work, so many young boys and girls are in the wrong track. And not just Badrinath, everywhere. The drug problem, the liquor problem, people are just hooked onto the Instagram, Facebook, and nothing to do. There are cases of suicides. There are cases of people getting into depression. They don't know what to do with their lives, because the youth energy is very powerful. If you don't tap into it, it will stagnate. So like in Badrinath, for example, when you work in one area, it's a ripple effect. So we in Badrinath, you have Bamni, you have Mana, Pandukeshwar, Lambagarh, Govind Ghat, Joshimath. Everywhere you start creating opportunities. Like this is a very beautiful example. So what we did was last year during COVID, last year, in fact, we had a lady call us from Badrinath and say that we're really struggling because we don't have any yatris, any tourists coming in. So we created a 700 rupees poster that Modi ji's Prime Minister's PR team created for us and gave it to us, just gifted it to us actually. And these are the people, this is just a very few of them. So these are the people who got income from our project. Almost 100 families earned from this project. And the people who worked on this project were all artists. Most of them were artists and students and girls who had basically no idea there's something called as Zoom, or had never used Excel, or had never known what is a PowerPoint presentation, or did not know Canva. They knew nothing. And they started doing it. They started creating posters. So we had one of the artists from Badrinath, Bhumesh Pawar, who joined in, and he's a Ramlila actor. He plays the role of Ram. So he knows how to face the camera. So he used to stand there and say, Jai Badri Vishal, ye mala, so-and-so person has dedicated this mala to so-and-so person. And, we wish them a happy, healthy life and so on. And we got orders of 300 rupees of mala. We got orders from places like New York, Seattle, Germany, Singapore, London, Malaysia, Zurich, Bangalore, Ranchi, Mysore, Lucknow also, Chennai, Dehradun, Delhi, Mumbai, just by word of mouth. And just by creating little documentary films, little photo shoots, this kind of photos we created. So even advertising falls in the media, in the category of being a media line of business, right? So we are creating our own marketing and advertising wing from rural areas, from Badrinath. So this is a great example of how we can utilize the rural talent. For example, this was an idea for a business, Gift of Bhajan, which was created by Mr. Arun Batula, who is the vice chair of the Indo-European Business Council. He's one of our advisors. He's from London School of Economics, and he said, gift a bhajan. People gift so many things to so many people. Why can't they gift a bhajan? So for 1100 rupees, you would hear the artist. So Vipul Mehta and other artists would sit in front of the mandir and they'll sing a bhajan, and Jai Badri Vishal, this bhajan is dedicated to so-and-so person, and they would gift a bhajan and the artist will get paid. Simple business model. Simple business model. But it's not going to some big reality show and making a big hoopla out of yourself. It's simple everyday work. Can we not take it to the next level? Can we not scale it up? Amreshji, I need your help in scaling this up. We have these beautiful little nuggets. We need to scale them up. Yes, Amreshji. I can't hear you at all. So while Amreshji gets the mic on, I just want to quickly share.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, now you're audible. Yes.
Yeah. Too many people have been asking that how I am able to create, professional works in very low budget. So now you are having the answer. What is the condition of the country? What is the condition of the world right now? We don't approach right sets of people. We just approach the big brands, and they charge us a lot. They keep most of the money, and they don't pay to the the deserving candidates. If you hire candidates from these types of organizations, if you give opportunity to them, possibilities are there that you will get a very good work in a very low budget, because company never works, is the employee that works. Just do experiment, create opportunity for such types of organizations, and you will get better result than any brand that you have heard on the internet. Internet and brand do not work. These people works. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. That's really fantastic. And one of the events had gone to Invest Uttarakhand event where Modi ji had also come. This was in, I think, 2018 or 19, where Prasoon Joshi had come. Prasoon Joshi is a very famous lyricist, and he's from Joshimath. So he had talked about the same topic. He had said, why don't we have an animation company be set up in a small rural place? Why can't a rural artist learn animation? Sit in one place. We have 20 guys sitting there, guys and girls sitting there, creating animation shows. Why can't we have a TV show? Why can't we have their own TV serial? Why can't we have their own radio show? Why can't they have their own little, let's say, a little talk show where they're discussing, rural issues and so on? And why can't we have music videos be coming out? There is a guy called Atul Gidlial. I just asked him to join. I don't know, probably he's not able to join right now. But he's from Pauri Gadwal. And he told me, from his music videos. He just makes one music video a month. Because of his YouTube subscribers, he earns 1.5 lakh rupees a month. It's a business model. Why can't we have more people do that? Enable them. Why can't we have filmmaking be part of this? Why can't we encourage? In fact, the other day I was talking to a lady from Hyderabad. She was supposed to join, but probably we will connect later. There are many people who wanted to join, but haven't, probably because Sunday morning. So she was saying, why can't we have the rural artists be trained so that when urban teams go there, they can assist them? Film teams go there, or we have guys who know lighting, guys who know basic camera work, guys who know photography, guys who know how to do sound work, and they already exist. So why can't we kind of create that kind of opportunities? Also events, like how Anshuman Bhandari was talking about it. One event, you can have traction for local artists, local tourists. You can have video and photo coverage. You have events boost the local economy like nothing else. Am I right or wrong about that? Events really boost the local economy. And you must have, I don't know, in Cambodia, Molly, do you have farmers market? Do you have the farmers market concept?
Yes.
Yeah, so when we used to live in New York, we had this concept of the farmers market. The whole community would come forward, everyone would just gather, and the artist would come and sing. Somebody would just ask for a performance and pay them, and the handicraft artists would sell their things, and the food production guys would do their thing. So there is a local economy that gets boosted by just having people come and sit there with their own table chair. There's not even an investment of an organizer to bring table and chair. So that kind of stuff, So I'll just quickly kind of complete this. Advertising industry can be created. Film production houses, little production film gram. You're having aloo paratha be served. You're there for a film discussion. What kind of an opportunity this could be. And then we have been wanting to create a music studio in Badrinath, just waiting for funds. So if you have a music studio, you can have all these various activities that you see on the screen that can become possible and create work. So this is the whole idea. And Narayana's Bharat has been doing it. We are training, we are encouraging people to do it. We are also doing so this is the music studio we created in Vipul Mehta's home. And this is my studio here in Bangalore. We call them. And it's just still, it needs a bit of investment. We did a small event. Anshuman Bhandari was again the key pillar of that event, and he organized it with a lot of people joining, and he also hosted the event. And so for the future of not only Himalayan, I'll remove this word Himalayan, for the future of villages of India and the world, the time to act is now. And I invite all of you to please join hands with Narayana's ArtNirbhar Bharat Foundation. It's not my organization, it's our organization. ArtNirbhar Bharat is our call. As Divakar ji very beautifully said, it's our call. It's connecting with everyone. It has just come to us. And I want to join hands with all of you, all over the country and the world, to make this a possibility, to make this a reality. And Amresh again, IFBIC and Amresh, thank you so much for this opportunity to speak. I'm very humbled and thankful.
Just a minute. And whoever wants to get connected with Richa ji, they can message me. I will directly connect you with her. And as I have been saying, that it depends on her decision, that if she wants to get connected with you, I will immediately connect you on the WhatsApp. So with that note, I would like to.
I'm happy to connect with everyone here.
So with that note, I would like to invite Miss Molly Faulkner. And one more thing I have to say, that you are having lots of people today, especially from IFBIC, who are into this industry. Sudhir ji is having a very good connection in the film industry. He is raising the fund. Molly loves such types of work, and we are working together on the same concept. Mayur ji, he is into music industry. Rajsekhar ji, he's an actor. Christina, she is into music industry. She loves music. When you will see her Instagram profile, you will get the idea about her. When it is into filmmaking, and she might come with a very good projects for you. So she is looking for such type of opportunities. So they will be a very good connect for you. And I think these people's, you can make a team, we can make a team, and we can create opportunity for both the countries. That's the theme. We want to create the employment not only for India. Our mission should be creating employment for the artists all over the world, because every country have the problems. So with that note, I would like to invite Ms. Molly Faulkner to conclude this meeting, and next Sunday we will be meeting with our next speaker. Thank you.
I want to thank Richa so much for doing this. This is an amazing event today. I love it. I'm kind of the what do they call it? It's an exciting event today. So I really appreciate that, and I love culture, music, and yeah, I can see so many things that can be amazing with your nonprofit or your organization later in the future. Thank you, everybody, for spending your Sunday or Saturday with us, and not just making acquaintance, but to learn from one another, support one another. The goal of IFBIC is to create employment for the world, and that's why it was put together in the first place. East meets West. You get to know each other, you work together, and you succeed together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Amreshri. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, Anshuman. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good week.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Have a great
Great
you so much.
presentation. Thank you.
That was great. Thank you so much.
Nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Richa ji. It's a great subject.
Thank you.
थैंक यू ऋचा जी। जय बद्री विशाल सभी लोगों को।
Thank you.
एक बार बद्रीनाथ आइए, आप सबका वेलकम है दी अमृतारा दी अवध होटल की तरफ से। जब भी आएंगे मुझसे जरूर मिलिएगा, आपके वेलकम करने के लिए हम यहाँ पे बैठे हुए। और भगवान बद्री विशाल आप सभी की मनोकामना पूरी करें, सबको अच्छे से ब्लेस करें। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Anshuman bhai. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.